In this video today, we're going to be seeing Jamie Oliver, Uncle Roger, and Guga, the three most requested people that all of you have asked me to review. Let's see how this video turns out. Now, let's get started.
What's up, everybody? Today, I got the legend here, Uncle Roger. Welcome, Uncle Roger.
Thank you, Uncle Guga.
Maybe you might not be thanking me because today we're going to be reacting to your favorite chef, Jamie Oliver.
Jamie Oliver, why? Jamie Oliver is to me what Salt Bae is to you.
Emotional damage.
If any of you guys don't know, Guga has had a little bit of a beef with Salt Bae. I even believe that he went to his restaurant, a few years ago, and he didn't like it.
I want your reaction. I want to see, what do you think about his steak, Maybe we can all both learn something.
It's not gonna be good.
It's gonna be a real good one, everybody. Enough talking, let's begin.
Now, before we get into this video, guys, let me know down below if you think we're gonna learn something today from this video or not. The one thing that I have tried to do with all of my videos, even if we see a catastrophe, like with some of these Worst Cooks on America videos or anything like this, is that you can always learn from something, whether it be something positive or even if somebody does something the wrong way, you can still learn from it. You just learn how not to do something instead of how to do something, right? You have to, it's the opposite way of learning.
I'm going to show you how to make the perfect steak.
I don't know who was editing Guga's video, but they messed up a little bit there. Guys, just so all of you know, Uncle Roger actually mentioned us in his live recording when he opened up his new restaurant in London.
This here is the griddle pan. Now, in Italy, they've got an old method of cooking called al mattoni. It means under the brick.
You know, I've noticed that Jamie tends to do this a lot when he starts the cooking videos. He says, "This is a pan." He did the same thing with the butter chicken.
Sort of shark tooth ridges, which are going to give you those incredible bar marks.
No, you don't want sharp tooth ridge. Uncle Guga, you teach me before?
Yes, absolutely. Grill marks is just burn marks versus if you have a nice flat surface, then you get a nice even sear. Unlike this, you look disappointed already, Uncle Roger.
Just use cast iron skillet. What's wrong with regular cast iron skillet?
I agree, 100%.
And if you look on YouTube, Uncle Guga, there are more videos about seasoning cast iron skillet than actually cooking with it.
I'm guilty of that.
Too white now?
Guga does have a point though with the grill marks on steak. It doesn't necessarily mean that grill marks have to be burn marks, all right? You can have nice golden brown grill marks on the steak, which gives it a little bit of a decoration if you want to do either squares or like diamonds. It makes it really nice. Also, guys, when you go to some like restaurants and some like fast food joints and delicatessens, especially chain restaurants, the chicken that you get with grill marks, that chicken is industrial. They paint those grill marks on them.
So we're going to cook a beautiful sirloin steak. Now look, lots of people get their steaks from the supermarket and they get thin little steaks like that, and it's so hard to control the cooking.
Look, you got one thing right, Uncle Roger.
This video, hopefully it turned out good. The camera works so good. You see the camera moving around, some Christopher Nolan. But Uncle Roger predict it's gonna be disaster. It's gonna be all style, no substance.
The problem is that going to the grocery store is not necessarily the best place to get your meat. So if you actually can go to a butcher's, or if you have a butcher shop actually in your grocery store, like in the US is more common, then it's easier to get the quality cuts that you want. Over here in Europe, there aren't butchers in the grocery stores normally, so you actually have to go to a butcher's shop, and that is normally a lot more expensive than the grocery store.
The way to fix it is to buy a double steak for 2 people. Simply in your butcher's or supermarket, go to the counter and say, look, I want a nice sirloin steak about 1.5 inches thick. That way you can get it golden, really crispy, and the inside.
Love this motion.
Yeah, he loves using his hands.
So first up,
You can tell when Uncle Roger's feeling more ornery than normal because he starts making these little comments every now and then. I do the same thing, yeah? I mean, it's still early morning my time. I have my cup of tea and everything. Oh, by the way, if you want to get any of my merchandise, it's on my channel, yeah, in the description. Oh, and if you're thinking that, oh, that's quite expensive, I literally make €1 off of one of these mugs. So it's not about me making money off of it.
what I want to do is just rub this steak with a little olive oil, not much.
Because he's using olive oil. Jamie Oliver favorite thing in the world is
Favorite
olive oil.
ingredient, yeah.
Is he just using it as like binding agent?
I guess so.
Salt and pepper stick on it.
I guess that's what he's trying to do. But at the same time, you can see that the steak is quite tempered and it's not cold. And I think it would stick no problem. No need to use the olive oil there. I would recommend using some type of animal fat. You know, even the fat from their own steak, you start seeing with it, then you have a nice little bit of fat to work with. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of olive oil either.
Guga doesn't like olive oil. Tough crowd. In the professional kitchen, we chefs typically use olive oil. It doesn't mean that that's the only oil, but this is a very common oil for us to use to cook with. So personally speaking, it's not a bad thing that Jamie has used olive oil. I know, right? I'm defending him. It's not a bad thing. However, it depends on what he's using it for, because you use oil to be basically a conduit to help transfer the heat from the pan to your meat or the food. So you need some sort of fat. You need either butter, you need oil, you need something.
And then I'm going to season it quite generously with pepper. All right, so I'm not going to season it with salt. Later.
Why? Why no salt? He think pepper enough.
No, that's not good.
British people, they think the only seasoning in the world is salt and pepper, and he don't even use salt.
Oh boy, that's not good.
Now I beg to differ. That is a lot of black pepper that Jamie just poured on. Keep in mind, he is pouring on crushed black pepper. This is basically powder. You can easily burn black pepper, and a lot of chefs do not recommend, including me, to add black pepper before you sear the steak, especially if you're going to grill it with an open flame, like a normal grill, not a pan.
So we're going to roll the pepper all over. And look at that. Nice and generous. Now, this griddle pan, it's been preheating for like 4 or 5 minutes. It's screaming hot. Turn your fan on, right? This lid is as hot as the bottom.
There's a little thing that Jamie is doing here. It's called cross-contamination, okay? He's touching raw meat and then touching his chef cloth and then touching everything else in the kitchen. Unless that cloth is covered with some sort of like bleach or any disinfectant, this is a big no-no. This is a very common thing though with chefs. Even my father used to do this all the time in the kitchen, and I would have to run after him and trying to clean everything up as a kid. It happens.
So I'm going to put my steak in, push it down.
Wait,
It's not that hot.
Yeah, one, it's not that hot. Two, you put meat straight in pan. Where your oil?
No oil at all. I
The
guess.
pan drier than my ex-wife. What kind of chef is this? Who cook without oil?
Golly, Uncle Roger's on a roll today, isn't he? Well, to all the young girls out there, sad news is that Uncle Roger actually got married last year. But the good news is that Chef James is back on the menu.
Uncle Roger, you're making me cry.
Yeah, Correct is sad now. How you feeling right now?
I need some tissue because this is too much, everybody.
Your eyes wetter than his pan, you know?
Honestly, someone get Guga a tissue.
So I'll turn the meat after a couple of minutes so you get that nice crisscross bar marking. And then you can cook it to your liking. Medium rare, whatever you like.
Wait, what?
Medium rare, not whatever you like. You like medium rare, please.
I agree.
Don't f up your meat.
Here's the thing though, if you cook it to medium rare, it's easier to fix if you need to cook it more. But once you overcook it, no man.
Let's have a little look. So you can see already, we've got lovely bar marks.
You see that? That's why I hate grill marks. Look at the other side, gray, sad. The grill marks is basically just burnt.
After learning how to cook steak at yours, I go to restaurant. I can't order steak at restaurant now. Every restaurant, they do grill mark on steak like this.
So one of the things I love to do,
You know what's just mind-boggling is the fact that when Jamie's making one of these recipes, he's not the only one in the kitchen. He has a whole camera crew behind him. And right now, it is so foggy, so misty, with so much smoke, that it's almost getting hard to find Jamie in the video. Honestly, it's like somebody open up the bloody window, ventilate the bloody kitchen.
just whip the lid off like that. Get yourself some herbs, a bit of rosemary, a bit of thyme, and just mop up some of that fat that's rendered out of the steak.
What is that?
doing?
And just use that to sort of brush and baste the steak.
It does make a difference. It gives the room a little bit of that, it smells like rosemary. Why is Jamie brushing the steak with a bit of rosemary, thyme, and just like a boutique garni? Why? Now, I get the point what Jamie's trying to do. He's trying to take the flavor, the oils from these herbs, the fresh herbs, and infuse that to the steak. Here's a little problem. Just brushing it lightly is not going to give it definite flavor. It can help, but it's not going to be the same thing as you taking a couple cloves of garlic, throwing that in the pan before you put the steak in, and then throwing, say, a couple sprigs of thyme into the pan, or rosemary or tarragon, whatever you want, and then basting that with this steak. This is literally just brushing the bloody steak with some herbs.
You'll smell it straight away. Does it make a difference? Yes, it does.
No, it don't make a difference.
There's no oil on the pan, there's no nothing, it's just like,
He's just cleaning the steak with brush. You need to put butter in there.
and something at least, you know, to let the juices and the oils from the herbs come out.
Go watch the video where Uncle Guga and Uncle Roger cook steak together.
I concur. That is the proper way. That's a good one. I may have to check that video out. Now, guys, seriously, I am trying to defend Jamie here because I don't want to be the bad cop, and be a bully. I am trying to defend him. However, this is more theatrical with the herbs. It really is.
We put butter, then we put the rosemary in the butter, and then we basting.
Exactly, that's the proper way.
I'm going to take the steak and I'm just going to let it rest. Look at that, sizzling away. As it rests.
Wait, what?
That's
Is
not the same steak.
Is that movie magic?
It's a little hard to see if Guga and Uncle Roger are right about that. But I can tell that Jamie still didn't open a window in there. I mean, look how foggy it is. Could be the lighting. Like when you're making food content, the lighting is a big part of this. And Jamie has a professional studio, so it's easier for him. And he also has a bloody TV crew with him, so, they can deal with it.
I think you're cheating.
Because the first one had some grill marks. This one looks like it was done on a cast iron skillet.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Now to go with this, I've done what I think is one of the best little side dishes. It's a little potato stew with mushrooms. And I start in a pan, a little oil, a little garlic, a little thyme. I just bring it up to the heat. And as it fries, in go in the mushrooms and a little finely chopped.
This cooking show, show us, don't
Yeah.
tell us.
Why are you talking about it?
I think he actually go to store and buy it. He didn't make it himself.
Boom. Roasted.
All right, now I think Jamie's just telling us so he makes the video a little faster. Why are we making like a little potato mushroom stew instead of just doing something easy with like, I don't know, mashed potatoes or French fries or chips, something? What do you guys think? Would you pair a potato stew with a nice steak? Or would you rather have some chips?
And as I fry that off, I put in some little chunks, little nuggets of potatoes and a little chicken stock. I've popped it in the oven for like an hour, but I've cooked it in this
Movie magic.
Yeah?
And this is like a casserole. It is so beautiful. It holds heat in such a wonderful way.
Ew. Ew. What the hell is this?
That looks like vomit.
Yeah? My dog vomit look more appetizing than this
Right, okay, I have to admit that does look a little nasty. Now, I'm not saying it's going to taste bad because of the ingredients that Jamie added. These ingredients marry, they go very well together. Maybe should have added a little bit of demi-glaze or something to that to give it a little more flavor and color.
Come on, the moment of truth. Let's see what this steak
You're
is
lying
like.
to people.
Let's move
Not
it
good.
around in the juices. It's shining, it's gorgeous. We'll save this juices, don't waste that. So get yourself a nice carving knife and let's do lovely thin slices. So it's blushing and it's gnarly and crisp on the outside.
Wait.
Uncle Roger think that look rare? That not medium rare?
That's not medium rare, Uncle Roger. That's definitely rare, especially these two little pieces over here.
Look at this, it's not even pink, it's like purple. It's purple.
Yeah, 100%.
And look at that. And now,
I would say it is a little more medium rare. This isn't like pure rare and this isn't blue. The thing is though, if it's still a little underdone, it's not that big of a deal. You can fix it.
take a pinch of sea salt. And from
Oh, now he had salt.
just
Too
season
late.
that.
Too late.
Not only too late, that's too little.
On the plate we go.
Jamie wasn't adding that much flaky salt, but he should have added a little more to that. And normally you add the flaky salt after you plate the meal.
Let's get a nice slice of that steak and the juices. And then I love to serve that steak with just a little watercress. Really nice and peppery.
Normally we put like rocket, arugula, because arugula is very peppery. You can use watercress too, it's not a problem. Watercress is very healthy for you, it's good for you. And Jamie is doing this because it gives it a little bit of color, because otherwise when you look at the dish, it looks a little sad. Everyone does chimichurri, but you could even do like a moja picon, like a green moja picon salsa, which goes very well with this, or even a red moja picon. And I don't know, make it a little different.
And then
Wait. Now the steak look properly cooked.
I love it. How many steaks do you think he actually cooked on this actual shoot?
I think he actually cooked one, he f***ed it up, and then he go to Outback Steakhouse.
I can guarantee you that Jamie had more than one steak ready, all right? This is like a TV show. He has multiple things ready in case if something fails. It saves time.
To get the random steak.
Enough talking. Let's have a little try.
He's gonna lie to people and say it's good.
He tried the side dish. Ooh.
God, it's
That's
so good.
it?
See how fast the camera cut away?
He didn't even eat the steak.
He didn't eat the steak. They just cut straight to the end. Jamie didn't even try the steak. Come on, honestly.
He didn't eat the steak also.
Why he didn't eat the steak?
Cooking video about steak and he don't eat steak. That's how you know it's terrible.
Uncle Roger, now I understand why he is what it is to you as Salt Bay is to me.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And then, like I say, all style, no substance. The camera angle, so cool, blurry background, everything. But the steak look like
And I'll just cook you a steak. How about that?
You need to pay my therapy bill now. This gives me bad mental health.
You know what? I'm gonna go cook your steak right now. See you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Subscribers for being so supportive. I really appreciate to the subscriber that mentioned me to Uncle Roger. Thank you so much. Thank you again for watching, everyone. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future content. And until next time, take care.